Hey everyone, I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. I'm actually trying something a little different today, so you may see on your feed my phone in your camera, but I'm trying to do something with YouTube as well as with Facebook Live. So I just wanted to reach out to you guys today. I've been doing a lot of balance makeover sessions from some of the women that have attended the Victorious Women of God conference, and they've been taking advantage of an opportunity to have a 15-minute balance makeover session with me, and it has been so rewarding to be able to just talk to these women and find out specifically what their needs are and customize a solution for each and every one of them. And I really enjoy doing that so much because I don't like to just give just standard canned advice, but I really truly enjoy being able to find out what it is that's your real issue that you're dealing with and come up with a real solution to that specific challenge. And then that way I know that when you're applying the strategy that I'm sharing with you, you're applying something that is something that's definitely going to change the outcome of your life. So anyway, one of the questions that was asked of me that I thought would be good to go ahead and share with all of you as well is, how do I go about getting some more organization in my life when I'm dealing with trying to tackle a project? And I was like, well, who doesn't deal with this? This is like a big deal. Most people are struggling trying to have some level of organization in their lives. And so as I answered the question for that particular person, I thought it would be beneficial to also answer it for you guys. If anybody could benefit from just knowing how to handle these big projects that we have going on and putting them down into those bite-sized pieces to be able to really tackle it. First thing I always encourage families to do is to be able to identify what are the projects that you're trying to get accomplished. If you're going to have a vision, a goal of these are the big projects that really kind of get under our skin here in our family and aggravate us, and every time we see it we're like, oh my God, we have to do better in this area, it's so aggravating. And if that's the case, share that vision with your entire family unit and come up with what the plan is going to be to accomplish how we're going to tackle that particular project. Now, when you write down who's going to be doing each portion of the assignment to bring the project to closure, make sure each person actually does play their role. Because if you say we're going to do the project and somebody doesn't pull their weight, then the project is still ultimately left open-ended, and that can't be the case. So that's where, again, I don't like to say punishment, but consequences come into play if you're not going to pull your weight, your end of the bargain. My friend and I at school attended church. Oh, hi, how are you, Royal? And it was such a pleasure to see you and your friend, and so glad to have you all in service, and I'm glad that you all are on today. So make sure you share with your family what the plan is pertaining to how we're going to tackle this project. Also make sure that once everybody gets their assignment, that they actually do it. Let me give you an example of something that it can really, I think, work very well. It's worked well for me. If there's a big project that you have going on and you say, okay, I need to get this done by this designated date, go ahead and set a deadline date as to when you would like to see the project be brought to closure. And then from there, identify what tools, what supplies, what things you'll actually need to be able to make the project happen. It's nothing worse than starting a project and right literally in the middle of the project, when it's time to put everything to action, you don't have the supplies that you need to be able to make it really work nicely. Let me give you an example of what I'm saying. If you know that you're going to need plastic bags, then go ahead and purchase the plastic bags. If you know you're going to need some tape, and you know you're going to need plastic bins, because ultimately you're putting clothing or shoes and different things in those bins, go ahead and have all of those bins ready. Have the tape, have the scissors, have the index cards. If I'm working on a big project, which I recently did, all I had to do, because I had all of my supplies already purchased and right there at my fingertip, when it was time for me to officially execute the plan, I just simply had to write, this is a giveaway item, and I put that on the plastic bag, taped it, and everything in those bags had the label giveaway. So you want to identify, if you're giving some items away, make sure you label it as a giveaway. Now don't put your summer clothes for 2017 in the giveaway bag, because then some people are going to have some really nice things that you made a mistake and labeled wrong. And you don't want that to be the case, of course. So make sure that you put the proper label on that proper bag or bin, so that way later it can be pulled back out from your attic or storage or wherever it is that you store your items. If it's something that you're going to keep, make sure you also have your hangers. Make sure you have your little storage bins that you're going to be storing those items in, and properly put them in their new home. It is so important to make sure that we do not do a project and not give the things that we're keeping a new home. Everything has to have a home. If it does not have a home, you're going to constantly run into clutter issues and disorganization, constant chaos, frustration, irritability, aggravation, any kind of word that you want to fill in the blank with. That happens whenever you're not organized and being able to officially have a plan of action and having all of the supplies that you need to be able to make the project go smoothly when it's time. So make sure that you first identify what the goal is. When is our target deadline date to have this particular project completed? Give it a specific end date. When you start working on the project and actually realize that now I'm in full swing on this thing, every single day have a designated amount of time that you're going to devote to the project. Don't just say, I'm going to work until I drop. I'm going to give it my all, everything I got until I get it done. You're going to get burnt out. And you do not want that to be the case. So designate a specific amount of time every day that you're going to devote to getting your project brought to closure. The project may be that it may be a project that's going to take a week, or a project that's going to take 2 weeks, or even a month, depending upon how bulky or big the project is. But designate maybe 20 to 30 minutes a day towards your project. And once that time is up, no matter how bad it looks, because there are some times that you're working on projects and they look god awful and you're like, oh my goodness, this looks way worse than when I officially started. So what I want you to know is that no matter how bad it looks, designate the block of time that you're going to designate towards organizing and finalizing that project. But you're going to do it for a set amount of time every day, 20 to 30 minutes, and you're going to walk away. The next day, 20 to 30 minutes, and you're going to walk away. And I promise you, this is a real promise, guys. If you designate that specific amount of time every day, from a balance perspective, you are going to be greatly satisfied with the outcome of how beautiful the project turned out, how quickly it came to pass, because you were able to devote that same structured amount of time every single day until it actually was finalized. And you'll feel better. You'll feel so much better. I can only speak from personal experience. Whenever I'm dealing with some projects in my life, there's some things that over the course of my life, actually one big thing that happened a few years ago, and I know that I know the exact date that it happened. And I try not to go too south every time I'm talking to you guys, but it was about 3 years ago, literally. And on the bottom of this entire project was my son's death certificate. So I know the day that I walked away from that situation, and I left it intentionally. And I just decided I'm done with it. I don't care about this. This is not that big of a deal. I really could care less. And I just walked away. Well, I decided recently, over the last few weeks, to pick that project back up and start again. And lo and behold, guess what? Because I'm doing the exact same thing that I instructed you guys to do, I was able to formally finish my project. And I'm so grateful that I did, because my target date was to have it done on my son's birthday, which was January 17th. And it was actually obviously a few years since he's passed at this point, and he would have been turning 15 years old. So I had made up in my mind that I was going to get this particular project brought to closure by the 17th on my son Gabriel's birthday. And I just wanted to do that in honor of him and being able to have him smile down from heaven to see that mommy was picking back up some of the pieces of my life. And I'm not going to... Okay. So when I encourage you guys to do your projects, and no matter what the reason is as to why you stopped the project or what brought that chaos or that clutter into your life, just decide today that enough is enough and pick up the pieces and make a conscious decision that I am going to make this better. And as long as you are alive and able to do that, make it better. And you'll feel so much better as you go through the day and realize that when you come in and you see that beautiful completed project, you'll be like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I let this go this long. Look how happy I feel, how fulfilled I feel. I feel so satisfied, and I actually feel like it's a reflection of me and my personality, and I'm happy about it. So I want you all to feel the way that I feel about the one project that I just recently completed. And I know my son is smiling from heaven because, again, the day that I walked away from that project was 3 years ago, literally. And I walked away intentionally. And when I picked that death certificate up off of that area and looked at it, I was like, wow, you know, for me to be able to complete that project and see the beautiful outcome of it just made my heart so glad. That was not what I was going to be talking to you guys about. I was just trying to tell you guys how important it is to declutter your life and to make sure that you get some organization and make sure that you feel proud of the projects that you complete. But I got to get back to what I was... Okay, I want to make sure I don't leave any point out. Putting things in their proper home as you're dealing with organization is also extremely important. Right from the beginning, in my home, I actually have just like a bowl for keys, because instead of us coming in and somebody keeping the keys in their pocket, please just take the keys out of your pocket and put them in the designated key bowl. Make sure that everything has a home in your home, so then that way it's smooth sailing and no one has to be stressed out about it. And I know that these tips work because they make a difference. If you go ahead and put everything in a designated home, or even if it's miscellaneous and you say, you know, I'll take this upstairs later, just put it in a miscellaneous bowl and say, before you go up, guys, here is your headphone set, here's your earphone, here's your here's something else that's a pen or some kind of homework piece of paper that was balled up over the book bag area. Whatever it is, make sure that you put it in that miscellaneous pile, and at the end of the day, have everyone look through that and identify what their thing is and take it up with them. For me, really another big accomplishment in my life is I have made a decision that every day I'm going to make my bed. And it may be something very simple, but for me, I just feel so much better when I get out of the bed, I turn around and I just immediately make my bed for the day. And I put my pillows up and I just feel like, whoo, now I can tackle the rest of today. It's small things that make a huge difference. And it's also things that will free up your time when we're talking about a balance perspective. Imagine how much time you can save whenever you're not having to spend an extra 20 to 30 minutes looking for some type of item, because all of your items are matched, or socks are put together with a safety pin in them when you put them in the dryer, so when they come back out, they're coming back out together. Now, not all of these things have I done perfectly in life, because I'm a person and I have five children as well, and a husband, and we deal with our own ups and downs in life. But these are things that work very well for anybody that will follow what I'm saying. If you safety pin the socks are not going to be lost. They're going to come out together. So I buy big bowls of safety pins. Now it's a matter of whether my children are always going to officially follow the rule and safety pin the sock before they put them in the washer. That does not always happen in my house, okay? But I definitely, when I do it for my husband, safety pin the socks, he comes back out with matching socks. And it works so well. So the amount of time that you save when you are officially just implementing some basic everyday practical tips and steps that can change your life will free up more time from a balance perspective for you to be able to spend more time with your family, with your loved ones, being able to catch up on a quick phone call or a show or something that you really do want to do, just going to a coffee shop or getting a quick date. Whatever it is that you would like to do, you'll have more time to do it because you're not having to sit there and constantly focus on, oh, let me find this. Let me see where this is. Oh my goodness, where could it be? Put it in a home. Make a home for it in your home and you'll be okay and life will be better. So I think I covered quite a bit, and I kind of even went deeper than what I had expected to go, but I really hope that I'm helping you to be able to know how important it is to get some level of organization in your life and being able to feel a sense of accomplishment as you get better organized. Any questions at all? I see people that are on here. Hi, how are you, Royal? Hi, Benita. And I don't know who else is on here, but I see people putting some different little hearts and love. But any questions that you have, I'd be happy to answer them for you right quick, especially if it's pertaining to organization, since that's what we're talking about today. Anything? I always recommend too that people have, I don't care how many baskets or hampers or things like that you have to have around the house, have as many as you need so that when people take their clothes off, they can throw them right in the hamper and have them already separated. So if you're able to have 3 or 4 baskets, one would be for the towels and washcloths, one would be for the dark clothes, one would be for the whites and different things like that. It just keeps things easier when it's time to officially wash the clothes or dry them or fold them. And in every household is different, so everybody have different talents and gifts. For me, I do not like folding clothes. I'm like, look, I washed and dried the clothes, or my mom may have washed and dried the clothes, you fold them. I lay them right across my children's bed and it's like, figure it out, because put them on hangers and put them away, or live out of a bag if that's, I guess, if that's what you choose to do. But I would always recommend that you go ahead and put it away in its proper home so that you're not stressed out in the morning or at night when you're getting your clothes together. That's another organizational thing. Put everything out the night before. That makes a huge difference from an organizational perspective. Put your items out the night before. That way the morning routine goes a little bit smoother, especially if you have young children. Every time that I did not put my children's clothes out the night before, I always had to spend time looking for something. And so as a newer mom, make sure you have everything out for your children, even down to the point of being able to put a bowl. If you're going to give cereal, you could put a plastic bowl, the plastic spoon, the plastic cup, everything from A to Z. You can even put the cereal in the bowl and put plastic wrap over it. Anything that's going to free up some of your time is very important, and that's what I teach from a balance perspective. If you have not signed up for my YouTube channel, make sure that you do so, because like these videos and other videos like these are videos that get posted on my channel, and it's Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor, and you'll be able to subscribe and receive notifications of when I do post videos. And if you're not receiving emails from me, Kim Jacobs Mother Dreamer emails, things that help mothers that have dreams and goals become a reality, and any balance issues that you're dealing with, sign up for my email distribution right at thebalancedoctor.tv, thebalancedoctor.tv. And if you would like to have a 15-minute complimentary session with me, Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor, you can reach out to Cassandra at thebalancedoctor.tv, and I'll see if I can type that for you. Cassandra at thebalancedoctor.tv, and she will book your 15-minute complimentary session with me, and I'll be happy to give you the quickest balance makeover I can in 15 minutes, okay? Take care of yourself, guys. I hope I've helped you some with organization. Let's recap real fast. Organization is important because disorganized people, you feel a mess, chaotic, out of sorts, not sure of what's going on, always like, oh my gosh, what's happening to me? You can get a handle on those things. Get mad at the situation, get mad at the mess that you're seeing in your life, and decide to get rid of it. And that can happen starting today. That can happen starting today. If you're going to do a project, make sure you have all of your supplies in advance so that when you start to work on the project, you're not having to run around at the last minute to get those items. Have all of your supplies. Anybody want to respond to what I'm saying? Type, have all of your supplies in advance. All of your supplies. If you don't have all of your supplies when you finish, get prepared to do the project, you're going to run out and have to start spending another hour to 2 hours getting your supplies together. So make sure you have all of your supplies. Number 2, make sure that you have a target date of when you want that project to be completed. Have a target deadline date. In order for you to complete the project, you need to know when you have to have the project completed by, or it's going to be open-ended forever. My target date was January 17th, and I was able to get my project completed in honor of my son that passed away 3 years ago on his birthday, his 15th birthday. I was able to get that project completed. So having a target date is important. Sharing the vision with your entire family and having buy-in from the family. Sharing the vision with the family and having buy-in from the family is very important. And giving each person what their responsibility will be towards getting that project completed is also very important. So those are some of the things that I wanted to go over with you today. And again, I hope I helped you. Hope you have a fantastic day. And thank you so much for allowing me to serve as your balance doctor and chief mother dreamer. God bless you and you have a great day.